Hello, YouTube. I am most prominently online known as Mr. Alaska, on some platforms known as Mr. Alaska TV, or even Mr. Alaska 1983, or even Mr. Alaska 1983 ZL1. But Mr. Alaska is my surname and nickname on a lot of things, even in IRL. Um, so I just want to talk about what the fuck is going on in the world right now, especially in the USA. The USA, I stay caught up in a lot of the USA's bullshit. What's going on? First topic I want to talk about, and this is not a VOD. I am not live on Twitch. But first thing I want to talk about is Cracker Barrel. Let's start off on that note, because on that note, it's not that. It is very serious what Cracker Barrel was doing and probably still is doing, but I can still make jokes about it and call the new CEO a dumb whore. Because again, it's not a serious topic like something else I still thinking about might discuss. Um, but Cracker Barrel, what are they doing if you haven't been keeping up? Although that would be pretty hard because anybody with any form of internet or social media will know what Cracker Barrel has been doing because it's all over the fucking news. Well, what they're doing is they recently decided that a female would be. Now, I'm not sexist. Let me clear that up right now. I'm also not the best of a driver. But no, I am not sexist. Well, I have sexist jokes, I know. I also have racist jokes, I know. But I am not either of those things at heart. There are just jokes. I'm a real lenient, relaxed guy. I can take some jokes and some things like that. So I just wanted to clear that up right now. But recently, America's gone to shit, and I think the biggest thing that has been a major fuck up is the CEO board deciding that a female, let alone somebody that looks like they came straight out of New York's business school, decided that she could run a Southern Cracker Barrel franchise. The entire thing. Now, I don't know what kind of drugs they have in Cracker Barrel right now. It's probably the very good shit, because they knew that this would tank their money, so they spent all the company funds on drugs and alcohol to throw a we're fucked party. But no, they changed the logo. Uncle Herschel got fucking sent to Valhalla. Alright, man was no more, apparently. Which I really want to get on the topic about, because I don't know Uncle Herschel personally. I'm only 15. But from what I heard, is Uncle Herschel was there to represent Southern hospitality, because the guy was he was Uncle Herschel. Everybody knew him as Uncle Herschel. He was a pretty good fucking dude. Like, he was pretty down with his, like, community and everybody. He knew his family. I mean, dude was obviously good enough to be put on a Southern restaurant chain's logo, and then that. Oh my god, dude, I fucking hate reverse tracks. But no, that guy got fucking removed from existence. Uncle Herschel just poor man, dude. Apparently he was still gonna be on the menus and whatnot, but I really don't think the menus matter as much as the logo that is representing pretty much your entire business. Another thing is they painted it bright baby ass cheeks white. Not big fan of that. As a kind of country guy myself, I liked Cracker Barrel as it was. I mean, you go there with the family, very, very comfortable against Southern hospitality place. And it was just all ruined. White walls, everything is trying to be quote unquote modern art. The CI loves the place. CIA. CIA. I don't know why I said it the way I did originally, but the CIA loves the place. All the modern art really gets to CIA. If you don't know what that means, it's a video on the fat electrician. He did he did a video on it explaining that modern art was made popular by the CIA during the Cold War. But no. So Cracker Barrel has gone to shit. Apparently their food is still the same. I haven't been to a Cracker Barrel in a while. Think last time I went to a Cracker Barrel was the morning after a wedding when me, well, mainly just me. I'm actually not allowed to say what we did in that wedding, this video, because of what topics this video is most likely gonna be about, and also that I can't say really that stuff on the internet, or else I could get my shit ran and get my parents in trouble. So I'll leave y'all up to say whatever you want about that. uh, God. Anyways, after the wedding, we went to Cracker Barrel. It was a few years ago, but it was a Cracker Barrel. Rustic things, antiques all over the walls. You had the shop. You had the nice old waitress that would come over to you, ask what you want, make you feel at home, make you feel like you're in the South. But now when I look at a Cracker Barrel, all I think is no. Just no. I can't make anything clever because it's so fucking ugly. Let alone the fact that the old Cracker Barrel look was called racist. Now, I want all you fucking dweebs out there that are calling Cracker Barrel racist because they had things up from what, I don't know, years, like from back then, right? Old antiques. So so how I'm understanding y'all this logic is, if antique things are racist. If you have antiques, you're racist. That means the nice little mom and pop shop down the street in downtown whatever, and they have an antique shop. They're fucking racist. They were slave owners. Right? They fucking whipped the shit out of people. That's the logic I get from, oh yeah, antiques on the wall is racist. Now, somebody please help me understand if I am wrong that is what it means. Because again, that just means every single antique shop is incredibly racist, which is absolutely fucking stupid. But that's my real take on Cracker Barrel. I'm glad that they are changing it again. I've been keeping up. I know that they have given their CEO a reality check and said, listen, you dumb fucking whore, we will put you back out on the streets if you don't change this shit back. Especially the investors. Now, one thing I've learned is investors have all the power. Oh, you fuck with the investor's pocket? Oh, you fucking with, like, the US government at that point. The investors will do whatever the fucking they want to your company. They say change this, you better fucking change it, or else you know you're gonna take a big loss. Now, do I really think the lady cared about Cracker Barrel? No. No, not one bit. I think she was just somebody that the board looked at and found off the streets of Stupidville and said, yeah, she's a good manager to hire. Let's put her in charge of a southern franchise. And so then this all happened. And then Cracker Barrel's stocks dropped by, what, $100+ million in one day? And I don't know about you, but $100 million is a lot of money. Like, you could buy a good amount of stuff with $100 million, and that's a restaurant chain losing that amount of money in a day. Which is I think that might be record breaking. I'm gonna be honest. But no, they ruined it. They have completely ruined Cracker Barrel. They also are apparently sponsoring Bubba Wallace in the next NASCAR race to try like a desperate attempt to redeem themselves and be like, yo, we sorry. Didn't mean to do all that, but I doubt that's gonna work. Unless they change the CEOs and completely fix everything, make it all go back to original. I don't think they're coming back. I think Cracker Barrel is gonna be shut down. And then somebody's gonna have to come along with a bunch of investors' money and open up, I don't know, Cracker Box. What the fuck if I know? A ripoff of Cracker Barrel. But why am I know I'm shit at this track, but like, come on now, bro. Is this on hard mode or something? So that's my take on Cracker Barrel. It's on hard, no fucking wonder. I'm not trying to play hard, bro. I just want to get the shit done with. But so there's my take on Cracker Barrel. I mean, I know it's pretty much like everybody else's take on Cracker Barrel. They're just being dumbasses. But yeah, there's that. The next topic I want to talk about. Now, these two topics might blend into each other, but the recent school shooting. I haven't done research on it, because frankly, with how things are nowadays, and especially knowing what the school shooter had apparently rambled on about before committing this act of absolute terrible crimes. He had mentioned a very big YouTuber known as Brandon Herrera, a YouTuber that I am in love with and watch a lot. He has also started running for Congress, which is, in my opinion, kind of weird how he starts running for Congress again, and instantly there's a school shooting where a mentally deranged transgender mentioned his name before doing it. Now, I don't know about you, and I'm not trying to throw out assumptions, but at the same time, that seems a little bit like it's trying to ruin his reputation so he doesn't get elected. Because you know how media is nowadays. They'll twist it. They'll say that Brandon Herrera was working with a transgender piece of absolute human dog shit to end the lives of innocent Catholic kids, which is fucking terrible. Out of all the schools you go to, as he said, the place where they worship, you went to their place of worship and you fucking killed them. Now, that's not what he said. That was me adding on my own little take there, but that is fucking... That's messed up. Now, not trying to downplay that all school shootings are messed up, but going to a Catholic fucking elementary school, it was elementary school if I'm correct, it might have been middle, I don't know. But going to, in general, a school and doing that isn't okay. It is never okay to do something like that. So, as of what I've heard, 2 were injured and either 11, I think 11, or, no, 2 died and 11 were injured. I hope that those kids, I'm pretty sure it was only 2 kids that were, sadly ended without warning. I hope that they live a very happy life up there, live a happy life with the person that they worshipped. And that this man sees the deepest pits of fucking hell. Because I don't even think Jesus would try to help this man after what he did. Now, I'm not Catholic, I'm not religious. I have no real religious preference. My my mom's side of the family, we don't practice any form of religion. If anything, I am in a religion that is very controversial, that I will not say other to, online. I will only tell it to my friends. Don't go harassing them. But that's fucked up. That's fucked up. Now, do I know if the shooter had offed himself after this or if he was apprehended? I have no idea. All I heard about from my English teacher was that he ran up during broad daylight and just pretty much popped off on a bunch of kids, I should say. Just terrible. But also, again, bringing up the Brandon and Herrera thing. Brandon, I know you're most likely not going to watch this video. I know most likely nobody's going to watch this video. And if they do, they're not going to get further than 13 seconds in. But Brandon, dude, I'm not religious. But I fucking hope that your name doesn't get dragged across a pile of shit. I hope it doesn't. Because something like this could be very serious, as we have seen. Brandon had brought up the PewDiePie incident where apparently I don't know if it was a shooter or some guy that did something else that was absolutely terrible. But he said go sub to PewDiePie and then went off and did his act of whatever it was. Again, I don't follow up on school shootings because I'm an American and it's so common that at this point it almost feels like it's a monthly thing. If not, one at least happens almost every year. So don't fact check me on all of this if you want. Again, I don't do research on school shootings. My fat ass does research on when a food chain goes woke and decides to go for the younger personnel, although their current model was just fine. Ooh. But anyways, back to the very serious topic on hand and not a delicious breakfast. I really hope all the families that were affected by this, and even the community, can get through this and can build up like every other time. While I have never been in an active situation, I have been in a situation where we have gone into lock-ins because, matter of fact, funny story, the one day that I was dispersed into a different classroom because our teacher wasn't there was also the same day the class I was dispersed into. A guy that had been apparently photoshopped and posted on the internet holding guns saying, "Y'all better hide," was in the classroom that I was dispersed to. So it wasn't very fun when one moment you're sitting in class and you hear, "Ladies and gentlemen, we're going in lock-in thanks to threats," to watching cops come into the classroom and escort a little red-haired ginger kid out. And then the lock-in going away, and class resuming as normal. Kinda doesn't feel good knowing that you were in the classroom of what could have been a very real and potential attempt at a school shooting. It could have been very real. So again, I never knew about this until that all the girls were gossiping about, of course, but no. I will always remember that day, and it honestly was one of the very few times that I was actually kind of scared. But, so that's my story, and, yeah, my opinion on it is, guns aren't the issue. If anybody actually looks into this kind of stuff, it's the person. It's the person's mental health, is what I'm trying to say. It's always a transgender or some kind of bullshit gender wannabe person, and it's never anybody sane. Of course, it's never anybody sane when they do what they do, but it's always some kind of transgender. And I know Trump has done some shitty things right now as of being elected. The deporting of masses, I have my takes on that. That is for a way different video though than this. But I think what he's doing to end all this diversity and bullshit, I think that's good. And Nietzsche, I swear to fucking God. Anyways, God damn it, why did I say that in this video? Anyways, I think what he's doing to stop America from being the way it is good. We need this. America has gone into shit, and none of the presidents have done anything about it, but he's actually showing some interest in the media and helping to stop all these groups and whatnot that are ruining America. The riots, I think that's just media coverage. Honestly. I mean, if we wanted to, we could end those riots any way we wanted, because they are not peaceful riots. They are very, very well harmful riots that have actually led to harm being done. And last I checked, catching cars on fire isn't peaceful. So if we wanted, we could very well take care of those riots any way we wanted to. Well, any way the government wanted to, and they would not be put under fire for it from most of Americans that, you know, don't like when they want to go to work and they get stopped by a fucking protest. Or just overall your city being torch bombed constantly by either people that don't know if they have a balls or a hole, or just people that are not right in the head. Where am I going with this? America's fucked. America's been fucked for a while, just nobody's realized it. America has definitely not done the things that they needed to do to prevent it, and now it's gotten to such majority of number that if we try to prevent it, still a little thick from allergies. Oh man. Oh shit. Oh god. Okay. But no, it's gotten to the point where if America does try to do anything about it, then somebody's gonna get canceled, and then it's just gonna grow because people are insensitive little bitches. Which is why, before I do my VODs or recording sessions with my friends, I have to always tell them not to say certain things, because if someone does happen to watch more into my video, and they are somebody that can't take a light little joke or something about a color or something, I could get in trouble. I could get reported on YouTube. And while I don't do this professionally, that certainly isn't going to be a good thing, and I don't want that happening. So I prefer not to do that kind of stuff. But no, I think that was into this video. Again, it was just me TED talking about a bunch of bullshit. That I think of what is going on in America right now. And Brandon Herrera, if you do end up watching this video and getting to this segment, I really hope that you can continue uploading as usual and you don't get put under fire for something that you had nothing involved with. Anyways, YouTube, thank you for watching. Thank you to my very few viewers, and see ya.